Hi and welcome to video 7 in the series on executive coaching. I'm Harry Petropoulos, one of the founding directors of Red Pill Performance Consultants. We're an Australian executive coaching business established in 2004 with offices in Sydney and in Perth. Today I'd like to talk about the coaching mindset. Now, in the first video of the series I said that you don't necessarily need to be a psychologist to be a great executive coach. In fact, I believe that the competence of an executive coach is rarely determined by any arbitrary academic or coaching certificate. This creates a real dilemma though for executive coaching, and is probably one of the reasons perhaps why executive coaching is not yet considered a true profession. In fact, when you think of it, if you can't prescribe the entry criteria for a profession, how can it in fact be considered a proper profession in the first place? But putting profession aside for the time being, while degrees and other coaching credentials are important, and I'll elaborate on these in another video, on their own they're not enough. Over the past 15 years, a growing number of so-called coaching schools have sprung up all over the world. These coaching institutions seek to train coaches through rigorous proprietary methodologies and almost coach by the numbers sort of approach. Many of these schools actually claim their methodologies are grounded in empirically founded psychological research, and in fact, many are. As I've said before, you don't need to be a psychologist to be an effective executive coach, but you do need to be across the relevant psychological models. And the better coaching institutions do cover the more relevant models. But you need to have more in your coaching toolkit than just a bunch of psych models. Remember, psychological principles of behaviour apply at the population level, not at the individual level. In other words, although you can predict population trends with reasonable accuracy, you can't predict with 100% accuracy how any one person will respond to a specific stimulus at a specific time. That's because no two human minds are the same, not even the minds of identical or monozygotic twins. So how can a rigid methodology possibly prescribe what the best way is to use our mind? To this point, executive coaching can best be viewed as an amalgam of science, art, and expert improvisation. No matter what models inform your coaching practice, successful coaching requires that you continually step back, evaluate the situation, weigh up the options, and apply good judgment in order to help the coachee achieve well-balanced outcomes. There's no one recipe for conducting the perfect coaching session. Along the way, unpredictable challenges, conflicts, and even opportunities arise. The degree to which these situations help or hinder the executive's development often depends upon the perspective that the executive adopts in response to any given situation. Now, as a coach, you need to support a mental view of the world that enables the coachees to flourish and challenge any unhealthy perspectives that impede the coachee's progress. If I can paraphrase what enslaved Greek Stoic philosopher Epictetus said in 55 BC, it's not things that hurt us, but the view we take of them. So coaching is not some skill you pull out of your coaching toolkit when coaching opportunities present. Rather, coaching should be a mindset, a certain way of viewing the world and viewing people. As John Whitmore said in his seminal book, Coaching for Performance, which I've mentioned a couple of times now, unless the manager or coach believes that people possess more than they're currently expressing, he or she will probably not be able to help the coachee express it. The coach must think of his people in terms of their potential, not necessarily their current performance. So, to Sir John, coaching is a way of managing, a way of treating people, a way of thinking, a way of being. Now, as your own coaching style matures, you'll find that your coaching skills are no longer practiced as standalone techniques, but as the disciplines of believing in people and believing in people's capabilities to achieve far more than they're actually demonstrating. Okay, in the next video, I'm going to be discussing the cost of executive coaching programs. I hope you can join us for that one. Thanks for tuning in for this one.